What's up, my Randigas? We're back with another Persona hot take video. I'm doing this monthly, and I opened the wrong post before at this stop recording. Well, it's that time again. It's that time again. Comment below your Persona hot takes from any Persona media, and I'm gonna make a video on it. Comment anything they believe the community would heavily disagree upon. The video will be made with enough comments, and hopefully they have fun. I guess we got 4 comments. Okay. I'm bad at names. I know who this person is. Inazuma fan, Inazuma fan. I'm also Inazuma fan. Persona 5 would have become obsolete had Royal never came out. I disagree with this. So, okay. The way I've looked at how Persona series works, whenever Atlas releases a mainline Persona game or re-releases a mainline Persona games, there's this life into them. So, Persona 5 was very famous. Royal came out, it became more famous. Royal became more famous. Golden was re-released for the PC, it got more famous. Realo just released, it's more famous. The way this circle works. So I kind of disagree with this. It's just that every new Persona game that comes out is more famous than the previous one. Obsolete, I wouldn't say, but the way Atlas has been treating Persona 5, I would say that it would be obsolete. It wouldn't be this famous with like Strikers, Tactica, and stuff. Like, its P5 has been milked to death. Like, you might say, oh, P4 and stuff. P5 is like milked to death. Like, P4 at least is getting all the games released. P5 just like, let me tell you why. One thing, I don't mind the milking. One thing I hate is that Royal got a PS5 upgrade for $60 and it's not even worth it. Was it 70? No, it was 60. It's not even worth it. Persona needs more spin-offs. Actually, okay, this one I like. This one I like. Let me read it. They let people Atlas to experiment on what otherwise would be pretty stagnant franchise. It's true. And right here's another hot take. Mainline Persona stagnant in P3. I'm gonna talk about this later. First, let's talk about this because I actually was hoping someone brings this point up because I've been saying this for ages. By the way, I use binge. Bing, it happened. Okay. Let me open. Is there an image for it? Can I like open an image for it? Is there like a good image? I don't know. Let's just open this up for like context and reference. Okay. So we have Arena, we have the Q series, we have the Dancing series, we have Strikers. We don't have it here, but we have Strikers. I should, you know what? Give me a moment. Okay, I have this post by the gamer where they rank every spin-off game. I'm not gonna look at the ranking. I don't really can comment on this. But we have P5 Tactica. We have Dancing. We have Shadow Q2. The P5 Dancing is in here. We have P4 Arena. We have Dancing and we have Strikers. So yeah, I would agree with that. Like, what I would want is they actually like at least make them and spread them, and also do different gameplays. They do different gameplays with all of these, which I really love. And Tactica is the only closest, which is to a turn-based RPG, but it's a different like approach. It's like Fire Emblem approach, I'm gonna say. And I actually want that, but like I want them to actually, instead of like just releasing P5 spin-offs, I have been saying this for like a long time now. I would have loved if this was Persona 4 Tactica instead of Persona 5 Tactica. Like, that would have been really hyped for me because it would have been a new P4 game. P4 just got re-releases, so a new fresh take on P4. People would have eating it. And here's the thing. I am playing Dancing, and this is a rhythm game. A rhythm game I will never play. Like, they could add different gameplay and I would literally play it. And this is a really good story. It's not, oh my god, Persona 4 and 3 mainline stories are now trash. P4 Dancing is coming on top. But this is something I really tend to like. I agree with this. I want to see more spin-offs, especially for like I know they won't do 1 and 2, but for 1 and 2 as well, but for like different Persona games, like Persona 5, Persona not 5, Persona Racing, sequel to Arena, Persona party game, stuff like that would be fun. They're doing Persona 5X. I know why they call it 5X, but I'm hoping they do this where they add previous Persona characters, like first anniversary for Persona 5X. The banners are out. We have Makoto and Narukami. Makoto with Orpheus and Narukami with Izanagi. I don't know how P5X works, so I don't know if you can like give multiple personas to Joker or not. But yeah, now stagnant. This is true because a lot of people I'm hearing are talking about different takes on Persona. Like you're in a music gig, or you in high school, or you're in college, or in a job or university, stuff like that. Me personally, I don't really mind that. Like for me, I've talked this a lot of times. For me, what makes a game is how it is different from different games. So when it comes, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, Persona story is such heart wrenching, emotional." I agree, but when it comes to that, there are a lot of games that also do that. Some might do it better, some might do it worse. To me, I look at it from the perspective of, okay, what's different about this game that I want to play this game right now than I don't know, a Spider-Man 2. Uh, P3 Reload came out months later. Spider-Man 2 came out. Just assume that they came out in the same month. Like, why would I play Reload over Spider-Man 2? To me, the main thing is always social links, because emotional story, it happens. Who cares? Everybody does it. Even Spider-Man 2 has. Spider-Man 2 has an okay story. Spider-Man 1 has an emotional story, but the PS4 one. And Spider-Man 2 is PS5. And here's the thing, I always think about this in this perspective is what adds into a game, what makes it unique and different. So it's like social links. So if they want to do something like that, just make the social links pretty good. That's what I care about. And make them more involved in the story. Not just like, I like how Persona 4 does it with social links. Persona games 1 and 2 should get remakes before P4 does. Me and my bro were talking about it. You guys would be tired hearing about my brother the amount of times I mentioned him in videos about Persona when we started playing together. My brother says the same thing, and I don't know which one will get the remake, but we're hearing all of them will. And here's the thing, Atlas is working on P6, but we have to say, always remember this, remaking these games is way easier than making P6, because I'll tell you, Reload they've done a really good job, but you can tell that Reload being an older game with maps being small and stuff, they were able to capture that from PS2 version. They don't change that, so they can touch this because the maps aren't that big, and then they can release P6 later. My assumption is they're going to release P6 first, but because of how long game development can become, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these gets a remake before Persona 6 release. Me personally, I would want one of these because P4 has you have a legitimate way to play them on newer platforms. With Persona 1 and 2, you don't. And 1 sucks. I am gonna say this now in terms of gameplay. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Carlos Silva. Persona 1 is shit, yeah. Because the game is balanced, yeah. And the encounters really... I don't care about this. I'm gonna tell you why I hate. Okay. The way... I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about this one. This one I gotta disagree with. The EXP is fine. It's the way it works is... So in P4 and P5 and P3, you have to... I don't think that works in P5, because then later on you can like give it to everybody else. But in P4 and P3, you have to, if you bring like less party members or one party member, like the main character, you get more EXP. The way it works in Persona 1, at least in the PSP version, is that the person who does more damage or the person who kills it's one of the other. I think it's more damage, gets the more EXP. So the way I do it is whoever I want to level up gets the persona I give him, powerful one, or maybe someone who wants to level up this persona. I won't be doing that now, reasons, cheats. But the way I am doing it is I use that person to attack, and all the other persons are just all the other characters are guarding, and that person gets the most EXP. Others get the default base EXP. I kind of disagree with this. It's a chore, yes, but so is leveling up in P4 and P3. But like, if you just watch a YouTube video in those games, it's fun. You can't do this here. Now I'm gonna talk about this. My main issue isn't the high encounters. I don't care. My main issue isn't this EXP. I just said that I don't think it's low. This game doesn't care. This game will decide if you die or not. So the game is unbalanced because charm and these mechanics and Mudun and Hamma, these suck. Mudun, once you get hit with it, you're just dying indefinitely. Your health is low unless you win. Charm can be stacked. All the other ailments can be stacked. Oh god, okay, sorry about that. Subscribe to Carlos Silva, I guess. But let me just talk about this. That was okay. My main issue is that you be like grinding and you have to save every 5 minutes, every 2 seconds. Reason is you do a battle and then you gotta decide whether you want to do another battle or go save. The way you grind this, you grind near a safe spot. The game will be like, oh, you found this enemy, and the game would also be like, oh, either you got caught randomly because in the P4 and P3 it's on you to get the advantage or not, and the game would be like, oh, you're dead and you were grinding for this past hour. Oh yeah, that doesn't matter if you haven't saved. My main issue with P1 is that it decides for you if you're dead or not, and it doesn't reward you for like doing like putting in hard work. It's just equal for everyone. I guess if you're into equality, I guess that's something. And Persona 2 is better. I have not played this. I'll read this, but I can't comment on this. And by the way, I'm gonna start P1 very soon because I want to start P2. I've been listening to the opening of both Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment, and I'm vibing. In Persona 2, it's better because it gives more EXP, but the absence of way to reduce the encounter rate are easily pushes you out, especially because the songs and dungeons reset at every combat. So I bet that without Estoma, no one playing normal would even finish the hearing first part unless they get to stop a lot. That's how crappy the combat system were. I've heard that the combat sucks for Innocent Sin, I think. Or was it Eternal Punishment? It's one of... I get confused by it. Innocent Sin is the first one. Eternal Punishment is the second one. Innocent Sin has Tatsuya as the main character. Eternal Punishment has Maya, if I'm correct. But moving on. I'll play this. I like, once I start this and then the hot takes videos start coming, you can add P2 hot takes. I'm going to be commenting on this. Out of my favorite, this is... I really wanted someone to talk about this for like months because I actually want to talk about this. I might make a video on this someday. Maybe. I want to make some videos where Persona needs to have this, P4 Remake needs to have this, Persona should do this more. So I might make more of these videos because this is something I really want to talk about. A lot of people don't talk about this, but like, I love different gameplay mechanics and they work. And here's the thing, it's Persona. There are people who will buy it regardless, so they can work on it. They released 3 dancing games. They can release some different, like Persona Racing, Persona Party Game, Persona 2D Fighting, like something like, oh, that's Arena, sorry, 3D Fighting, and stuff like, and online Persona games, stuff like that. They have to. Well, my round guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, click on notification bell. I'll see you guys next time with another Persona video, and this will come next month. I'm thinking of scheduling this, but then I'll forget about these. So like, comment, subscribe, click on notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye.